Hello everyone, it's Michelle, and today I've pulled out another book from my bookshelves, and it's called Watercolor Nature. Paint animals, plants and the world around you in 20 simple tutorials by Amandine Labar. So let's have a little look when this was printed. 2017. Okay, so we have got a section on getting started, a section on in fields and woods, another section encounters around the corner, and then one at the water's edge and beyond. So here we are. This is Amandine. So this is our little bit about watercolor at the front here. Brushes, other supplies, a bit on paper, step-by-step painting, basic guides. So we've got wet on wet and wet on dry, basic exercises that you can do, reserving the white of the paper, a little bit on plein air painting, and then we go in fields and woods. So we've got a tutorial here for a crocus. We've got some bulbs. This is another tutorial for the bramble flower. And then we've got some other wildflowers here. We've got some mistletoe, sweet pea. So these are all little tutorials. And then afterwards, there are a few other ideas that you might want to try. Leaves and berries. So we've got red currants, buds and flowers, tree and mistletoe. So this is a chestnut leaf. Encounters around the corner. So here we've got some animals. We've got a white cat. So these are all little tutorials. Red squirrel on a stump. We've got a mare and a foal. A horse against a stormy sky. A swallow. A European goldfinch. A nuthatch. What is this? Small animals. We've got the garden blue tit. And then some more singing birds. And then up the water's edge, we've got a nesting seagull. Some more aquatic birds. A small sanderling. Lovely. Some bird studies. We've got some grebes. They look like fun. Hills and sea. So little tutorials, you know, that aren't too difficult, that snowdrops, that can get us started, basically. And there we go. So what do I fancy having a go at today? Well, I quite liked, where has it gone? Yeah, I quite like the little small sanderling, and I might just have a go at this little one here today. Now, whether I use the same colours is another thing. Let's find my sketchbook. Using my Light Wish sketchbook, 300 GSM. It's 8 by 8 inches cold pressed paper. Let's get to a clean page. Here we go. And I think we'll just do it like this, and I won't put washi tape around today. So make a rudimentary sketch of the bird. That's where we start. A rudimentary sketch of the bird. Right, now we all know that me and animal sketches aren't the best, but we're going to give it a go. We've got a leg coming out somewhere here. Quite long feet. Let's just tidy that up a bit. And then this bit goes kind of up and around into this tail, and we've got a little leg coming out and down that way because it's running off by the looks of it. Okay, let's try and get this a bit more rounded. Okay, you're with me, watching me learn how to try and sketch things. Don't like that leg. That leg looks wrong. So I think we're going to redo that a bit. I think that looks slightly better. Right. Rudimentary sketch done. Very rudimentary. Moisten the background well. Go around the contours of the bird and apply a mixture of cerulean blue and Payne's grey. Add a dilution of raw umber and let them overlap. Okay. So, no, the bird is next. Right, let's grab some paints. Well, I've got these out from the other day, so these will do. And I probably won't have the same colours, I'm afraid. We just about fit that in. Just about. Let's get some water. And let's find a couple of brushes. Right, moisten around my bird. Which is always the tricky bit, isn't it? I think. Right, now then, I'm lifting it up because when you lift it up, you can then see the shine on the places that you have place the water. So that's all good. Now I don't have cerulean blue, do I? Typically, but I've got a blue of some kind. Let's just mix up a bit of a blue. What else was it? Payne's grey. Not sure that I have that either. What have I got in this one? Ivory black, which we'll also have to do. So I've got so many books, and a lot of the time I don't really get round to doing some of the things that are in the books. So that's why I decided, right, let's add a bit of the, I'm going to have to use ivory black, or I suppose I could use indigo, couldn't I, with a bit of ivory black, and that'll kind of make a Payne's grey. Ta-da! Good thinking, Michelle. Raw umber. We don't have raw umber. Let's try using some yellow ochre just to, yes. There we go. We've got a bit of yellow ochre in there. Right, I'm guessing we need to dry that so that we can then do the bird. Right, let's try that. Right, that bit's dry. Let's grab a much smaller brush. So I'm going to get my little kind of rigger here. Let's just get that one out the water. And let's start doing some of the bird. So she says burnt umber and raw umber on the bird. Well, I haven't got those. So we will use a bit of yellow ochre and burnt umber and hope for the best. Right, let's just see if we can get round this eye. And then we need dark a bit for our beak. Which has gone wrong already. Now, we are not liking the beak, folks. So, we're just not going to panic, as usual. And I'm just going to smudge that out, and I'll go back to the beak when that's dry. because we can. And we've got these little legs. And to do the eye, I'm going to use a fine liner. There. Okay. And I don't think he's looking too bad apart from the beak that went wrong. So I need to quickly dry that. So I've quickly dried that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my pen because, well, just because. Right. Well, I think this needs smudging out a little bit. So this is just a damp brush again, because it just looked a bit too much of a hard edge there, and then that's slightly better. Well, there we go. There is our small sanderling, and there's mine. And I don't think that's too bad. So, there we are. That's me having a go. In fact, you've got some little white bits on there, haven't you? Let's get... No, that's not white. Just going to see if I use this Derwent drawing Chinese white and try and get some of these little markings in. Yes. Well, there we go. He's rather cute. And yes, I might well be having a go at some of the other tutorials. Let's just move you out of the way. So there's my little sanderling. Here's our book, Watercolor Nature by Amandine Labar. And yeah, I'm going to be having another go at something else, possibly tomorrow. So yeah, quite a good little book, I think. Not too complicated to do. Right, see you again next time, everyone. Bye.